Would you care to look at the paper?
Thank you very much. I don't think so, thank you.
I thought maybe you might want to read. We're due in New York at 10:03.
Yes, I know.
You got on at Hudson, didn't you?
Yes.
I seen you. I've been on ever since Schenectady.
Really?
That's where I work. I mean, where I did work. At the GE.
A GE?
General Electric. They call it the GE. That's where their plant is, Schenectady.
Oh, I've got a girlfriend from Schenectady.
Is that so?
Grace Crowell.
I used to know a Mildred Crowell, but her name wasn't Grace.
Oh, this was Grace. I haven't seen her for years.
Mildred Crowell had a brother, Eddie, his name was.
That's my name, too. Oh, of course, it isn't my real name. It's just my nickname. And my real name's Edna.
Oh.
Grace Crowell. It's funny how we lose track of people. Well, if a person's got good friends, they ought to keep them.
I certainly got good ones. They showed that last night at the banquet.
Were you at a banquet?
Well, I had to be. It was me they give it for. I mean, I was the guest of honor.
How exciting.
It was a farewell testimonial on account of me going to New York. And then this afternoon, 10 or 11 of them come down to the station and bought me this seat in the parlor car. They said it will be a disgrace for me to ride in the day coach with this new bag.
It's a beautiful bag.
They give it to me at the banquet. It's got my initials on it, see? FMS, Frederick M. Stevens.
What's the M for?
Martin.
Oh, I like a man to have a middle name. No, girls don't usually have them. I'm just plain Edna.
I wouldn't say plain.
Oh, you know how to make pretty speeches.
I bet you're used to them.
There's another one. I'm not so used to them that I don't like to hear them, especially from people whom I think they're sincere.
I don't say things unless I mean them.
I'm glad of that.
Talking about speeches, you ought to heard the speech Carl Williams made when he gave me this bag. At the banquet, I mean. I guess I blushed, the things he said about me. Comfortable in here, ain't it? Like being at home. I never been in a parlor car before.
My brother always insists on me riding in it. He says the day coach is generally dirty, for one thing. And another thing, the men that ride in the day coach are the kind that like to make up to pretty girls. Oh, that sounds like I'm throwing a bouquet at myself. But I guess every brother thinks their sister's good looking.
I believe in a man sticking up for their sister, or any woman. I got no use for a man that don't respect woman'shood. Where would a man be if it wasn't for their mothers and sisters and wives?
Some men haven't got wives.
I haven't got one myself. Yet. I ain't been lucky enough to meet a woman who'd be a good pal, as well as a sweetheart. I want my wife to be like Mother used to be.
Oh, I love to have a man love their mother.
I wished mine was still here. Like Carl Williams said in his speech last night, if she was still here, maybe she'd be a little proud of me.
I bet she would.
He certainly made quite a speech, all right. He said the boys expected me to make Irving Berlin jealous. I said I didn't want to make nobody jealous, but I wanted to make my friends proud. And as soon as my songs begun to sell up in the 100,000s and my dreams came true, I'd invite them all down to visit me on Broadway.
Is that what you are, a songwriter?
Not the music part, just the words. Lyrics, we call them.
It must be wonderful to have a gift like that.
That's what Benny Davis called it. A gift. Well, I guess you heard of him. He's turned out 100 smash hits.
No, I guess I must have.
He wrote Oh, How I Miss You Tonight. It was a song about how he misses his mother. He called her his old pal.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, he happened to be playing in Schenectady and vaudeville, and I happened to meet him, and I happened to show him some of my lyrics. And he said a man like I with a songwriting gift was a sucker not to go to New York, because that's where they have the mecca for a man if he got the songwriting gift. So he gave me a letter of introduction to Paul Sears, the composer. He wrote Paprika. You remember Paprika? Paprika, paprika, the spice of my life. When you write a song like Paprika, you don't ever have to worry again. He's one of the most successful composers there is, Paul Sears. I bet you I and he'll turn out some hits together.
Are you gonna be partners with him?
Well, if he wants me to. You don't have to be scared of me, miss. I treat all women like they was my sister.
My friends would die if they knew I was talking to a man whom I had not been properly introduced. A girl alone in New York can't be too careful. Oh, especially a girl in my position. You take a Dr. Quinn's where I work. He is one of the best dentists there is. And he has lots of men patients that would be only too glad to start a little flirtation. Even Doctor himself was fresh. On the first day I met him, he put his arm around my shoulders, and I jumped away from him like he was a leopard or something. And I told him. I said, Doctor, I guess I don't care to work here after all. Then he laughed. And he said, forget it, that he was just testing me. He said he didn't want an assistant who was inclined to flirt. And from that time on, he's never made any advances, except once or twice.
He'd keep his distance if I was around.
Oh, I wish you could be.
Well, I got plenty of excuses for being there. I got a cavity as big as the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon. Oh, you must forgive me for laughing. My friends tell me I have the keenest sense of humor of any person they've ever met.
First thing you know, I'll be in to see Dr. What's-his-name.
Oh, he'll fix it for you. He's a wonderful dentist.
Well, if I come, it'll probably be when he's out to lunch.
Well, then what would you come for?
I'll let you guess.
No, I'd rather you told me. I'm a bad guesser.
Well, I might come to see you. Would you let me?
Oh, I'd love it. If you wanted to.
I wouldn't say so if I didn't.
Oh, you'll forget all about it.
No, I won't. Your smile will always haunt me.
I'll bet you're a wonderful songwriter. No wonder your friends gave you that big dinner.
It certainly was quite a banquet. I'll bet some of my pals got a hangover today, all right.
Oh, I hope you haven't got one.
Oh, no. Liquor don't afflict me like most people.
I hardly ever touch it. Maybe just once in a great while at a party.
Girls ought to lay off it entirely.
I never touch it. Where will you be staying while you're in New York?
The Hotel Somerset. They got rooms with a bathroom right in the room, so you don't have to go out of the room. And it's close to the music publishing houses. Any place I want to go, I can walk. Except maybe to Paul Sears' place up on Riverside Drive. I wonder where we're at now.
Pretty near Yonkers, I guess.
If we was on the other side, we could see the Hudson River.
Oh, my, but it's dark.
Well, there's a moon out.
Oh, yes, I love it.
June moon.
What?
Oh, I just said June moon.
It isn't June. It's May.
Oh, I know, but June and moon go together. They rhyme. Now, I'm always thinking of words that rhyme, even when I ain't working.
Hey, that'd be a catchy name. June Moon. For a song, I mean.
Yeah, you could get other words to go with it. Spoon and croon and soon.
Soon? Marry soon? Or something.
Are you going right home when we get in?
I intended to.
I was gonna go get something to eat someplace. Only I wouldn't know where to go if I didn't have someone with me that knowed where to go.
Oh, I could tell you a place that I go once in a while, the Little Venice. Although usually I stay home and cook my own dinner because I love to cook. And I make all my own clothes. I'm a regular homebody.
Well, it'll be a little late to cook tonight. I was wondering if maybe you wouldn't come along with me and maybe we could eat together.
I'd love to.
It ain't a very expensive place, is it?
Oh, no. The last time I went, there was 2 of us, and we had hot roast beef sandwiches with peas and coffee, and it only came to $1.20.
All right. I guess we each can afford 60 cents.
Bill's engaged.
Yeah, I read it. Automobile man. Probably drives a truck.
If he does, at least you'll have something to go places in.
I got Myra her first job.
Was she sober then?
She never had a drink when she out with me.
I can vouch for that.
It's the last time I'm gonna work with Fagan. I rewrote 2 whole bars in the melody line. Just for him, I asked him to change one lousy word of the lyric he squawks. He's got it as a rose in June, and I want him to make it as roses in June. Listen, this is his way. As a rose in June. Now my way. As roses in June. All the difference in the world.
It all sounds the same to me.
My way gives me a triplet. Makes it twice as effective. Now listen.
What do you think I've been doing all night?
Well, why don't you go out? You could go out if you want to.
Who with?
Well, you could go out with Eileen. You and Hug could go somewheres.
You know she's got a date with Hart. I suppose you want me trailing along.
I've already explained to you I can't go no place with this fella coming up. I've told you that a dozen times.
I don't expect you to take me anywhere, except maybe for a walk around the block. That's free.
Yeah, you wait till this number gets finished, and we'll go everywhere then.
Sure.
But you haven't heard it played yet.
The silliest thing in the world to me is a man trying to be a composer when he can't even play chopsticks.
I've told you. It ruins a composer who plays the piano too good, and they depend on those fancy harmonies and tempos, which gets in the way of a pretty melody.
Why can't you see this guy in the daytime instead of asking him up here?
Because I don't want him to come to the office yet, that's why. I want to keep him under wraps until I can get rid of Fagan.
There's one thing I need to round out my day. It's entertaining a lyric writer.
Oh, this fella ain't like the rest of them. He's a nice kid. He's got a fresh slant. Listen, if Eileen's got a date with Hart, why don't you keep it? It's almost 8 o'clock.
Don't you worry about that.
What about him and her anyway? Supposed to be engaged, and aren't they ever gonna get married?
You'll know as soon as there's anything to know.
There's one thing I do know. If I ever get married again, I'll make sure the woman doesn't have a sister.
She don't cost you much, and she's company for me.
What about her getting a job somewheres?
Yeah, you ought to be able to place her with your influence.
Hello? Oh, yeah. Hi, Maxie. Yeah, sure. I'll be here the whole evening. Oh, that's great. Okay, see you. That's Maxie's coming over. Then you're gonna hear the number really played. Tell you it's gonna be another paprika. You'll see.
You want me to do that?
Go crazy waiting around here.
Did you see this Myra Vales announced her engagement?
Who to, for God's sake?
Nobody we know.
No, and nobody that knows her, you can bet.
This isn't gonna last much longer.
I know it.
Why don't we look around Monday, see what you can find? I'd love to go shopping for myself. There are so many things I want.
Yeah, you just wait till this number gets over.
By that time, all I want is a shawl.
Ha!
Oh, you're the cake, you are. There's nothing like being married to a woman who's constantly encouraging you and looking on the bright side of things. I think I'll write an article for the American magazine saying how I attribute my success to my wife.
Oh, why don't you try writing articles? They might be pretty near as good as your tunes.
I was talking to Lucille.
Well, it's time you did something more for Lucille besides just talk to her.
If I was in your place, Duchess, I'd keep a little still around this house. That is, unless I was paying board.
Oh, don't you dare say I'm dependent upon you because I'm not.
Just for your meals and a place to sleep.
Look, you wouldn't even have a job if it wasn't for me. Do you think Hart's keeping you on the staff because you wrote a hit 3 years ago?
Eileen.
Well, tell him to lay off me then if he knows what's good for him. You keep riding me like that, you're going to be looking for a new job.
Fat chance of them let me go when I got a number like Montana. And if they did, I'd run right out of Harms with it.
Harms wouldn't let you in their elevator.
I was in their elevator this afternoon.
Is Hart going to phone her, isn't he? It gets me crazy, this waiting.
I wouldn't mind waiting if there was something to wait for.
Well, this is the last evening we'll have together for 3 weeks with him going away again tomorrow.
When a man's really crazy about a girl, he calls her up. It's when he begins cooling off that he finds excuses like being in Philadelphia.
But he was in Philadelphia.
I know, but they've got phones there now.
Well, if you think he's cooling off, you're crazy. I mean, he is insanely jealous. When I told him I was thinking of going out with Bert Livingston, he was sore as hell. He said, all right, go ahead and go out with him. Oh, he's insanely jealous and he tries to hide it.
I'd go out with a janitor if he asked me. God, I'm sick of this place. Remember how I used to figure when Paul first came along? I thought marrying a songwriter meant going to all the first nights, meeting everybody worthwhile, going down to Palm Beach.
And you would, too, if Paul was any good.
I wonder what it'd be like if we'd stayed in Stroudsburg. I'd probably be married to Will Broderick. And we'd have a car.
Drive over to Scranton in.
I suppose I ought to get consolation out of one thing. I never expect a phone call or a mash note or even a half-pound box of candy. Whatever happens is velvet.
As roses in June.
Oh, you are a fool if you keep it up. You ought to just break away while there's still time.
That's an easy thing to say. In the first place, I haven't got any grounds.
You wouldn't need any grounds. Just get him up in a court and let the judge look at him.
If I did leave him, you know what would happen? He would write 10 smash hits in a week. That's my luck. Oh, God, it would be wonderful to have some clothes and hold up my head again.
Oh, I'm through arguing with you. You're hopeless.
You better be thinking about Mr. Hart. You may be as bad off as I am.
Don't worry about me. Well, if he wasn't crazy about me, why would he be so insanely jealous? And he is insanely jealous.
Has he ever said anything? About marrying, I mean?
Not in so many words.
What did he say it in?
Well, he must be thinking of it. I mean, he never goes out with anybody else. Well, who's that?
Maxie, I guess, or maybe the lyric writer.
Who?
You know, that's coming to see Paul from Albany or someplace.
Oh.
Because he couldn't meet him in the daytime, he has to bring him up here in the middle of the night. Oh, it's you.
Hello there.
Who's that, Maxie?
Yeah, Maxie.
Oh, you didn't just come from the office, did you?
Do I look it? No, I'm playing down at the orchard all week. I certainly envy you people that can spend a nice, peaceful evening at home.
Yes, it's a great treat.
Hello, Maxie. Sit down. Want the girls to hear the Montana number. Now you're gonna hear it sound the way when it's really played.
Okay.
He's gonna play the Montana number.
Oh, that's all right. I'll close the door.
Oh, go ahead, Maxie. She don't know nothing. Go on with Montana, huh?
Certainly was a tough day for me when Edison invented the piano. Fixing up other people's tunes. There's a life work for you.
Montana, huh? Hello? Yeah, this is him. Oh, yeah, how are you? Where are you now? Oh, you better hop in a taxi. It's a good ways yet. Yeah, just tell him it's near 116th Street. That's it. Right. That's, Stevens, the lyric writer kid I was telling you about from Schenectady.
Thank God he can't get that into a lyric.
Now, you're gonna like him. He's a nice kid. He's young yet, but he's got a fresh slant.
He writes about counties instead of states?
I figured maybe he and I could get together and do something. That is, if I can ever get rid of Fagin.
Fagin isn't so bad. Only he's using his ideas up too fast. Montana Moon. He uses a state and a moon in one song.
You gonna play it? Golden West, that seems so far away. Golden girl, for whom I'm always pining. Don't you know I love you night and day? But chiefly when a full bright moon is shining. Montana moonlight, as bright as noonlight. Oh, may it soon light my way to you. I know you're lonely, my one and only, for I am lonely, yes, lonely too. My heart is yearning for kisses burning, for lips as sweet as a rose in June, as roses in June. I'm always dreaming of your eyes gleaming beneath the beaming Montana moon. Isn't it great when Maxie plays it?
I don't think Irving Berlin will kill himself.
Play it in 2/4, Maxie. Makes a great dance tune. That's it. Yeah. Perfect. Sounds good.
You know this number? I wouldn't count on it too much if I were you.
Why not?
What do you mean?
I just wouldn't, that's all. You never can tell which way they're gonna jump these days.
Oh, they'll snap this up unless they're crazy.
Keep still a minute. What's happened?
Nothing definite. Only they were talking about it, Hart and Goebel.
When were they?
What did you say?
I said Hart and Goebel were talking about Paul's new number.
When?
What'd they say about it?
You mean they were talking about it today?
Sort of.
In the office, you mean?
Yeah, sure.
What time?
I don't know, 5 o'clock.
Goebel and Hart, both?
Yeah. Why? Did I say something dirty?
Nah, that don't matter. What'd they say about the song?
Right now, they don't want it.
When'd they hear it, after I left?
Yeah, they asked me, so there was nothing I could do except do it for them.
Well, a melody is sure fires that lousy lyric that kills it.
Listen, you mustn't let it upset you. The next one will be a big hit, and you'll forget all about this one.
What'd they say after that, Ed? Anything about me?
Yeah, what could they say about you?
It's just that if I don't deliver something pretty soon, I'm gonna be out. Just like the rest of those other guys that come around every day with another tune. That's probably Stevens.
Who?
The kid I was telling you about, the lyric writer.
Oh, listen, maybe he's just what you need. Maybe you'll make all the difference in the world.
Well, I've seen some of his stuff. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, there, you see, everything's gonna be fine.
Hi, Stevens. Come on in.
Hello, Mr. Sears.
Just put your hat. Say hello, Maxie. This is Mr. Schwartz. Shake hands with Mr. Stevens.
Glad to meet you, Mr.
Nice
Schwartz.
to meet you, Stevens.
Oh, and this is my wife, dear. This is Mr. Stevens.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Paul tells me you're a songwriter, too.
Just the words.
That's all Paul needs. That and the music.
I've always been one of Mr. Sears' greatest admirers. I've admired Mr. Sears ever since he wrote Paprika.
You've got a good memory.
Yeah, well, maybe Stevens and I will turn out another Paprika.
Well, I'm anxious to get started, all right. Since I got to town, all I've done so far is spend money.
Here, sit down, sit down.
Thanks.
Well, how do you like the big city?
Oh, it's great, all right. Today I took a ferry boat over to Statten's Island and back. It's an island and you have to take a ferry boat. Oh, but I suppose you've been there.
I go there a lot, just for the trip.
And I seen the Goddess to Liberty, too. I mean, the statue. She cost $1 million and weighs 225 tons.
She ought to cut out sweets.
Hey, you can play the piano.
Oh, yeah.
And I seen the President Harding just getting back from London or Europe or somewheres.
Imagine.
Have you been through the Holland Tunnel?
No, I haven't.
Have you been through the Holland Tunnel?
No.
Have you been through the Holland Tunnel, Mr. Schwartz?
I've been waiting for somebody to go with.
I'll go with you.
Fine.
I want to go every place so as to get ideas for songs. I was thinking of one coming up here. Maybe a song about the melting pots. You know, all the immigrants from overseas who've come to the land of liberty. Take the Jews. Do you know there's nearly 2 million Jews in New York City alone?
What do you mean, alone?
And then there's the Hall of Fame up to Washington
Here,
Heights.
sit down, sit down.
They got everybody up there. Washington and Lincoln and Longfellow. They got 24, what do you call them? Busts?
That's the place for you, dear.
No, a man's got to be dead for 25 years.
Well?
I gotta be going along.
Oh, no, sit down. Not now, Maxie. I want Stevens to show you some of his lyrics. Did you bring the one along about the game?
I gotta be downtown at 10.
Maxie, it'll only take a second. Go ahead, Fred.
Well, I better explain first so you'll understand. The idea for this came to me at a football game between Syracuse and Colgate. They beat him, and they felt pretty bad. So the idea come to me for this little song. I call it Life is a Game. Here's the verse. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I don't know why some people cry when things appear to go wrong. I always say, laugh and be gay. Things cannot always go wrong. No use to pine, no use to whine. Things will come right if you just give them time. That's the verse.
Uh-huh.
Now here's the refrain. Life is a game. We are but players.
Give it here. Maybe we can set it to music.
I'll just play some chords.
I'll see if I know any.
Life is a game. We are but players, playing the best we know how. If you are beat, don't let it wrangle. No one can win all the time. Sometimes the odds seem dead against you. What has to be, has to be. But smile just the same, for life is a game, and God is a fine referee. I haven't got the second verse yet.
You won't need one.
I like a song with a love interest.
Oh, I got an idea and a title for one. I mean, of course, I got lots of ideas, but this one, I told it to a certain party, and she... I mean, this party seemed to think it was pretty good.
Well, let's hear it.
Well, it's just a title. You told me you'd rather have just a title and then write the tune first.
All right. What's the title?
June Moon. That's the title. June Moon. The verse will be about this fella that's met a girl in June when there was a moon shining, and then something happened so that she went away. Or maybe he went away. And then, whenever he looks up at the moon after that, he thinks of her. And in the second verse, she'll be doing the same thing for him.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Another moon song.
June Moon. How's this?
I might be able to dig up something for that.
No, this is Lucille. Wait a minute. Eileen?
I got the idea coming in on the train. I looked out the window and...
Hello? Oh, no, not at all. What train? Oh, nothing. I just thought I might be mistaken. Everyone makes mistakes, you know.
Goodbye, everybody. I gotta get down to the orchard.
Oh, so soon.
Nice to meet you, Stevens.
Well, thanks for coming over, Maxie. Do me a favor, will you? Don't say anything.
Oh, yes, I can imagine. What? Oh, really? I thought you were leaving tomorrow. What time tonight? My, that must be important. Then we won't have a chance to say goodbye before you go. Oh, no, no, don't trouble yourself. That's quite all right. Yes, I'm sure you are. Oh, no, no, I don't mind a bit. I'm just sorry you have to spend the whole night on a train, that's all. Yes, well, have a nice trip.
Mr. Stevens, I want you to meet my baby sister, Miss Fletcher. Eileen? Mr. Stevens.
Hello.
I'm pleased to meet you, Miss Fletcher.
Thanks.
Mr. Stevens is a lyric writer. He's been all over New York getting ideas for songs.
Do you like it?
Oh, I like it fine. But it costs money to live here. For instance, I had breakfast at the hotel this morning, and it was 90 cents for salt mackerel and mashed potatoes and a cup of instant postum.
No wonder you think New York's expensive. A few more breakfasts like that and you won't have any money left.
Oh, I still got plenty.
Really? I bet you haven't been to any of the real places, have you? Takes a New Yorker to find those.
Well, I seen the Goddess to Liberty.
Oh, I mean the night places.
I seen it at night.
Oh, no, restaurants.
Huh?
Mr. Stevens would love those, wouldn't he?
Oh, yes.
I'll tell you what, why don't we make up a party, the four of us, and show Mr. Stevens the town?
You mean tonight?
What do you say, Eileen? How about it?
Well, sure. I don't see why not, sure.
Well, look, I'd love to go, all right, only the trouble is I got another engagement.
But you could put that off.
Oh, sure you could.
Paul had another engagement, too, but he broke it on your account. Didn't you, dear?
What?
We thought it'd be fun for the four of us to go out someplace, but Mr. Stevens doesn't want
Oh,
to.
it ain't that I don't want to.
Oh, you know you really ought to. Paul was just saying that what you needed was to go places where they do the latest numbers and hear what kind of songs are getting over. That's true, isn't it, Paul?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Of course it is. Are we all set?
I want to go, all right, only I just don't know on account of this other engagement.
Oh, but you could do something about that. I mean, you could go if you wanted to. Don't you want to?
Well, I ain't dressed to go out. I mean, to some swell place.
Then we'll go to a place where you don't have to dress.
How about the orchard? Wouldn't Maxie be surprised to see the four of us stroll in?
Yeah. Hold it. It's just that I may not happen to have enough cash on me.
Oh, that's all right. Mr. Stevens can be the treasurer tonight, and you can settle up later.
As long as you two are going to be partners.
Come on, let's hurry.
Is that all right with you, Fred?
Say, she's quite a girl, isn't she?
Who? Oh, Eileen.
Does she live here with you all the time?
All the time.
She's a regular New York girlie.
Might not be a bad notion at that. Knock around a couple of nights before we start to work, I mean. Give you some fresh ideas.
I'm willing.
Great.
Say, can I use your phone for a minute?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. You need a book?
Oh, no, I know the number. Rhinelander 4160.
I'll go clean up.
Oh, look, they was talking about this orchard. That ain't one of them expensive places, is it?
Nah, it's just average.
No, please, wait. Hello? I'd like to speak to Miss Edna Baker, please. I mean, what do you think it'd be likely to come to for the four of us? More than $10?
Nah, I shouldn't think so. Unless we go on to another club. You got more with you, haven't you?
But I don't... hello? Hello, Eddie? I want to tell you something.
I'll go wash you.
No, I'm still there, but that's not... Sure. Yeah, looks all right. There was a piano player here from Goebbels, and he liked my stuff and made up a tune to some of it. Yeah, he said it was all right. But that's not... What I called up to say was, I can't come round tonight. We gotta study some songs. Paul Sears and his wife are taking me to a place where I'll get some ideas. Just the three of us. But you know, I'd much rather be with you. But I can't. I can't. They're taking me. I'll tell you all about it in the morning. That's all I can say now. Good night.
You seem to be having your troubles.
Oh, it wasn't anything. Just a friend of mine.
Is she nice?
Oh, she isn't anybody. Just a little girl I happened to meet.
Oh, I understand.
She's just a girl. I mean, she's not like you.
Listen, it's a little early for the orchard. Why don't we take in the second show at the Capitol?
Well, everybody ready?
Oh, and I know what you'd love, Harry Richmond.
Oh, great.
Hold the phone, hold it. Richmond's burned down the other night.
Oh, then let's not go there.
I'll tell you where I haven't been in a long while. Harlem.
I wonder where we could pick up a bottle of gin.
We can stop by Toots's.
Perfect.
Come on, Charlie. Oh, say, what is your first name anyway?
Fred.
Fred.
Yeah? Come on.
His name's Fred.
Did Benny find you?
Not yet.
He's got a new song.
That's good. I was afraid he was written out.
You better hide if you don't want to hear it.
No use. He always gets his man.
Well, ain't Mr. Hart back yet?
Not yet.
But it's 4:30. He said he'd be here at 2 o'clock.
His first day back in town, he's probably got a lot of things to do.
Paul's coming right in. We want to go over June Moon before Mr. Hart hears it. I made a change.
Whereabouts?
In the refrain, we had it sweet night bird hovering above. Now it's winging aloft. You see, aloft means the same like above.
Only higher.
I wish I knew Mr. Hart was going to be so late. I could have slept some more. I had to get up at 12.
Must be rough after working for the General Electric, where a man's hours are practically his own.
Oh, no, I had to be on the job every morning at 8. But I went to bed about 10. Except on Saturday nights when I seen a picture or something. I didn't know what life was in Schenectady.
I bet it's an open book to you by now.
Well, imagine, just going out one night a week and then just a moving picture show. Down here, it's like as if every night was a special night. There's always new places to go. We was in 3 last night. Wound up at the Bucket of Blood. There's a lively place. Paul and Lucille, they went home at 7, but I and Miss Fletcher stayed on. And she made the proprietor sell me 6 bottles of his gin. It's real gin, what they call pro-war. You gotta have good gin. That's one of the things they put into what they call a Bronx cocktail.
Is that so?
I like Bronx's best. They're nothing but gin and orange juice. I don't know why they call it a Bronx.
Great orange country up there.
Well, anyway, I got a bargain. 6 bottles for $60. I give Miss Fletcher 3 bottles, because if it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't have got them. She made the man do it. When you're around with her, you just can't resist doing things.
That's why I don't carry a gun.
She's a great sport, all right. She'd make a wonderful wife. She's such a good pal. I think a man's wife ought to be their pal, as well as their sweetheart.
You ought to copyright that.
Say, how much money do you think a fella ought to be making before he could get married? In New York, I mean.
Depends on the girl.
Well, suppose June Moon's a big smash. What's the most we could make from it?
All depends. Take a song like Swanee River, and it's still going big.
Yeah, but that's because it was in a big production like Showboat.
How's that?
And with that woman to sing it that sits on the piano?
You're thinking of Sophie Tucker in Strange Interlude.
Well, whoever it was. Oh, say, I was over to the tailor's today. I'm getting a new suit.
That's so.
He took my measures all over, like I was a fighter. I'm 38 inches around my chest, and 30 around my stomach, and, I forget my thigh. Anyway, he's got it all wrote down.
I must get a copy.
If they take June Moon, I'm gonna get me an evening dinner coat made, with a tuxedo. I've been wearing an old suit of Paul's, but it's too big. Miss Fletcher says it'd hold 2 like me.
No, there couldn't be 2.
Oh, she was just joking.
I see.
She's giving me a great time, all right. She's introduced me to all the stars. I met Texas Guinan. I wonder what my friends in Schenectady would say if they knew I talked to Texas Guinan. I didn't know nothing when I lived up there. Even the first few weeks I was in New York, I was kind of a sap.
That sounds incredible.
I went sightseeing to places like Grant's Tomb and the Aquarium and the Central Park Animal Zoo, and I thought I was having a wonderful time. A little friend of mine, she took me around places, and I thought I was seeing New York, because I didn't know no better. Well, she was from a little town, too. She didn't know no better either. Only now I've learned.
What's become of her?
Oh, she lives here, works for a dentist. I should look her up sometime, see how she's getting along. What are you gonna do?
Wash the windows.
But we're gonna try a song here. Can't you go someplace else first?
First, I'm pretty near through for the day. Besides, they're singing songs all over the building. That don't bother me.
Yeah, but we're gonna try a new one from Mr. Hart.
How much the man get for writing songs?
Well... Ready, Fred? Oh, yeah. Hey, let's do the song now.
Hey, Maxie.
Where's Hart?
He ain't here yet.
I got it this time. Hello, Tokyo! How's that for a title? They wanted a novelty number. I guess I've given it to them.
I and Paul have got a hit.
We sure have.
Well, we think so anyway.
Maxie, in the verse, Maxie. I got a fella here in New York who sees a picture of a Japanese princess and he goes nuts for her. But he can't afford a trip to Japan just on the chance, so he calls her up. You get it? Hello, Tokyo! Come on, Maxie, get this. Here's the refrain. Hello, hello, Tokyo. Girlie, you'll excuse it, please. If I no speak Japanese, this little call will leave me brokio. But I simply had to say I love you so. Believe me, dearie, it's no jokio. I'd gladly fly through fire and smokio to share with you the marriage yokio. Fairest flower of Tokyo-kyo. Believe me, dearie, it's no jokio. I'd gladly fly through fire and smokio to share with you the marriage yokio. Fairest flower of Tokyo-kyo.
Yoki-yoki-yoki-yo.
Well, Maxie, what do you think?
Might sound better in Japanese.
Paul, how about it, Paul?
Yes, it's pretty good, Penny.
It's great.
Okay, Maxie, hit it.
Summer winds are sighing in the trees, my dear. I am sure I know what makes them sigh. They are sad on moonlight nights like these, my dear. They are lonely for you, same as I. Sweetheart, how can you resist their plea? And the moon you used to share with me. June moon shining above, will my true love come soon? June moon, I am so blue, I know that you long for her too. Sweet night bird winging aloft, singing a soft love tune. Tell her to come to me here, to me and her dear June moon.
Yeah, nice. We got an audience.
Hello there, Eddie.
Hello.
I wasn't expecting to see you. This is Miss Baker, everybody. This is Mr. Sears.
Hello, hi.
Hello.
And this is Mr. Schwartz.
Nice to meet you, Miss Baker.
Hello. She told me to come in, but I'm afraid you're busy.
No, not a bit. We were just polishing off our number. June Moon.
You finished it, haven't you? It's beautiful.
Do you like the melody?
Oh, I loved it. And I love Fred's words. I think everybody will.
Are you fond of music, Miss Baker?
I love it.
Goldie, get Miss Baker's address before she leaves. Send her some music.
Why not?
I don't want to interrupt. Maybe I better be going.
No. We'll go. You two stay right here.
Yeah. Bye, Miss Baker.
But look, if Mr. Hart comes back...
We'll be in Benny's office. Nice to meet you, Miss Baker.
Goodbye, Mr.
Schwartz. It's a Greek name.
Hello.
I'm fine, are you?
We're all alone, Fred.
Huh?
Nobody's looking.
Oh.
My, it seems nice again.
You bet.
Fred, what's been the matter?
Nothing. I just been busy, that's all. I was gonna call you as soon as I wasn't busy.
Oh, I thought maybe you were sick or something. I tried to call you up 2 mornings, at your hotel, and they told me you couldn't be waked up before 1 o'clock, I think it was.
Well, that's just because I've been up late at night before working. We got the song all finished.
Oh, it's beautiful. I had no idea it would turn out so beautiful. It's beautiful.
We're gonna play it for Mr. Hart as soon as he gets here.
It's a beautiful song. Up to now, I felt it was sort of ours together. The way it started when we run the train. Now, all of a sudden, it's finished, and I don't have anything to do with it anymore.
Yes, you have. When it's published, I'm gonna make them put your name on the cover. Dictated to Miss Edna Baker.
Oh, I'd love that, Fred. But I'd love something else more.
What's that?
You remember the Sunday we took our lunch and went over on the Palisades all day, and in the evening we went to the amusement park? We didn't get home till pretty near 12 o'clock. And we were going to go again the next Sunday, only we didn't.
Yeah, well, that's because I've been working. I told you. And it ain't just writing the songs that takes time. You gotta go around places where they have music and keep in contract with what's happening so you get new notions.
You and Mr. Sears.
Well, generally, we all go together.
Who else?
Paul's wife, Lucille, her name is.
That's all right.
Doesn't anybody else go along to sort of, even up the party?
Nobody you know. I hardly know her myself. She just comes along because she's Lucille's sister and lives there.
Oh.
Well, you can't leave her home by herself. She's timid.
Well, does she know about me, Fred?
Huh?
Well, didn't you ever tell her about me?
Well, you see, we just... Well, it's only business. And there hasn't nothing like that come up.
What's she like?
I don't know.
Is she very pretty?
Oh, yeah. I hardly ever noticed if she was pretty or not.
She blonde or brunette?
Both. I mean, she's blonde. That is, I really hardly ever paid any attention.
How old is she?
I don't know.
Is she older than I am?
A little bit, I guess. Yeah, I guess she must be. She's been on the stage.
Honestly, Fred?
Oh, yeah, but that don't mean... I mean, that don't mean anything.
Oh, Fred, you want to be careful. Because you take a woman like she that's close to 40 or more.
She ain't 40.
Well, 38. And she sees a young boy like you, who almost any woman would be proud to win your affection. And there isn't anything she might not stoop to entangle you.
There won't no woman untangle me.
Fred, doesn't it cost an awful lot of money when you go around to these places, or do they take you?
Well, that part's gonna be all right. Because as soon as they take our song, I'll get what they call an advance royalties. And of course, once it's a hit, I'll have plenty of money. Only, the first thing I'm gonna do, I mean, when I get my advance royalties, I'm gonna pay you back that little loan.
Oh, that doesn't matter, Fred.
Yeah, but I don't like owing money to a girl, especially a girl.
But it's all right when two people are like you and I. That makes it all right. Are you going to be busy after they hear the song?
Well, I'm afraid so. Tonight, I gotta work with Paul.
Oh, well, before that, then. After Mr. Hart hears it. Oh, Fred, couldn't I just stand over there in the corner and hear it, too?
Oh, no, Eddie. When Mr. Hart's hearing a new number, he can't have nobody around. He's got to consecrate.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. You can wait in the reception room or somewheres, and the minute Mr. Hart's heard it, I'll come and tell you what he says.
Oh, Fred, that's grand. And then we can go somewhere together for a little while, have a soda or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, Fred, I'm so glad. You do care a little bit. I mean, you do care whether you see me.
Of course I do. Sure. Certainly.
Oh, Fred. Everything seems all right again now.
Oh, Mr. Hart? Mr. Hart?
What?
We've been waiting for you. We're all ready.
Ready with what?
The new number. We'll run it through for you if you just wait a minute.
What number?
June Moon. The number I wrote with Paul Sears. I'll go get he and Maxie, and we'll run it through for you.
That's very thoughtful.
Yes, sir. Paul and Maxie. Oh, all right, Eddie. Now, you go on in here, and I'll tell you as soon as he's heard the song.
All right, dear.
Hot back yet? Oh, yeah. He went in there. I told him we was ready. Where's Maxie?
He's coming. Well, everybody all set?
Yeah, he's here. But he went in there. He came in, and I talked to him, and he went out.
Maxie will bring him, don't worry. All right, let's try it. Ready? And.
June, moon, shine. Hey, you can't work here now.
What?
Here we are. All right, boys. Let's have it. Now, what's the name of this song?
It's Freddie Boss.
What?
Listen, these boys have been waiting since 2 o'clock.
All right, let's have it. What's this song called?
Well, it's called...
Pardon me, Mr. Hart. Mr. Wayburn's on the wire.
Oh, I can't talk to him now. You boys want a surefire idea?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Write a war song. Just have it ready, in case.
Is there gonna be a war?
I won't say yes and I won't say no. But in this little trip around the country, I had a chance to sort of feel out the common people. I'll tell you something. I'm not at all comfortable about the Mexican situation.
Me neither.
It's a dangerous situation. I don't like it. I don't like it a bit. It wouldn't surprise me at all if something happened and happened soon. And when it does, the first fella in the field is going to clean up. You boys want to watch the papers. Be ready for an emergency. All right.
Pardon me, Mr. Hart. George Gershwin's next door.
George Gershwin?
Yes, sir.
My God, George Gershwin. Oh, George Gershwin. George Gershwin!
Who is it?
George Gershwin!
Who?
Oh, it's Gershwin. Have you never seen him?
No.
He stole my Rhapsody.
Aren't you going out to see him?
Let him come to me.
Where's everybody?
Hello, Goldie. Good afternoon, Mrs. Sears.
Oh, I see you move the piano.
Not me.
Well, here we are. Why don't you go in and say hello to Hart?
Oh, I'd rather run into him unexpectedly. You know, looks better.
You're not as sure of him as you let on.
Well, of course I am. Why shouldn't I be?
Well, the way he went away in the first place, and then he didn't exactly keep the wires hot while he was gone.
He wrote to me.
Yeah, if you call picture postcards writing.
He was very busy. It was a business trip.
He certainly sent you a beautiful view of the new waterworks in Cleveland. A man that didn't care about you would have sent a picture of the old waterworks.
You can say all that you want, just the same. Oh, when he finds out I have been going out with Fred, he is going to be insanely jealous. You watch.
Hello there.
Hello?
Hello there. George Gershwin's outside.
Yeah?
Well, don't you want to meet him?
It's too late now.
I was telling him about my new number, Hello Tokyo. He says it's a terrific idea. I forgot you ain't heard it yet.
That's all right. I'll take Gershwin's word for it.
Well, he says it will be the nucleus of a terrific musical show.
Pardon me. Well, hello there. Gee, I'm glad to see you.
Hello.
Hello. Listen, you two can't stay here. We're gonna do the song now.
Mr. Hart ain't heard it yet. Oh, gee, I hope he likes it.
Oh, he'll like it, all right. Lucille and I came to wish you luck.
We don't need any luck. Not with this number.
If they take it, we'll have some celebration tonight, won't we?
We can decide that later.
Oh, here we are, Mr. Hart.
Oh, Mr. Hart.
Well, I hadn't realized that we had visitors. Hello, Lucille.
Hello.
This is Miss Fletcher, Mr. Hart. Miss Fletcher's Paul's sister-in-law.
Yes, I have already met Miss Fletcher.
Mr. Hart's been off on a trip.
That's very interesting.
He's been to all the big cities.
I understand Cleveland's got a new waterworks.
Are you ready to hear the new number now, Mr. Hart?
In a minute. I have a little work to do.
Fred has been working very hard trying to learn the business.
Yes?
Oh, we've been going pretty nearly every place, haven't we, dear? Trying to hear the new songs.
You bet. Miss Fletcher's taken me every place. I think I know now what people want to hear, all right.
So you're a friend of Miss Fletcher's.
Well, we ain't been acquainted long, but, well, we're pretty good friends, aren't we?
Yeah.
Look, why don't you boys come into my office and we'll run this song over?
You mean right now?
Yes, of course.
Where are the lead sheet and the lyrics?
Here it is. I got it.
We should just go right in.
Yes, of course.
Oh, but where's Maxie? We gotta have
I'll
Maxie.
send for him. Now then, who wrote this song?
I did.
Did you see that? Well, he was insanely jealous.
He controlled it pretty well. He didn't say anything about a date tonight.
Well, how could he with Fred standing right there?
Well, it won't be long now. He's going to hear it at last.
Yeah, we're waiting for the verdict.
It's the kid's first offense. They'll acquit him on the grounds of insanity.
What are you going to do about the hick now that Hart's back?
Oh, I can take care of him. He is so far gone, I can tell him anything.
We certainly do attract songwriters, we Fletcher girls. It's a curse.
Oh, he's not a bad kid. You know, I kind of like him. And he might just make a lot of money in this game. Plenty of others have done it.
What if that damn song is any good? All Paul's stuff sounds alike to me.
The lyrics just might be silly enough to get over. I kind of have a hunch that they are.
Even if they buy it, it won't mean anything to me. Paul's so far ahead of his royalties, he'll never catch up. He could write Madame Butterfly, and it wouldn't even get me a step in.
Then why don't you do something about it?
I just might. You remember Ed Knowlton?
Of course.
I ran into him Friday in Madison Avenue.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I knew what you'd say, and I wanted to think it out for myself.
Well, what's he doing back here?
He's left Chicago for good. They're living on East 57th, he and his wife and the 2 kids.
Well?
He still likes me, and I like him.
Oh, has he got any money?
He makes a lot, and he spends it.
Oh, can he get rid of her?
No, it's her uncle who runs the business or something. But he saw I wasn't happy, and, well, we had a couple of drinks, and we talked. He kept saying I ought to have nice things, and he was willing to give them to me.
Well?
I don't know what to do. Paul might get suspicious. Oh, but Ed is so nice. The things he says, they make me feel young again. And it is such a relief to just talk to a man who hates music.
Listen, if you don't do this, I'll
He
never...
took it. He's crazy about it.
Oh, I knew he'd like it.
It's my first song to be published.
It's quite thrilling.
That's wonderful.
They're writing me out a check right now for $250. That's just what they call an advance royalties.
He took it. He really took it.
So Fred told us.
Well, you should have heard what Hart said about the melody.
Aren't you excited?
Oh, I should say so.
Well, what do you think of this young man making good in his first attempt?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yes, indeed.
And Paul, too. He wrote a nice little melody. Stevens, have you gotten your check?
Oh, no, sir, not
So
yet.
we'll bring it to you.
Well, thought you people would be on your way by now.
Oh, no, we're waiting around for Fred's check.
I'll bet you are.
Mr. Hart, we were all gonna go someplace tonight to celebrate the success of the song. We'd love to have you come along with us, if you can.
Well, I'd like to do that, but I'm sorry. I just got back from this trip, and I'm tied up with Mr. Goebel tonight.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time, and I can't tell you how much I'd like to be with you, but of course, you know, business comes first.
Hello, Joe. Am I late?
Miss Rixey, isn't it?
What?
Yes, they told me you were coming.
You knew damn well I was coming.
Did you bring those orchestrations?
You mean this?
Step right into my office, and we'll talk business right this way.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's too bad he can't go. But the four of us can have a good time.
Have a good time? You bet we can. We are gonna have the best time any crowd ever had. Right, Freddie boy?
We sure are, girlie.
Here's your check, Mr. Stevens.
Hooray, here's the check!
Just in time.
$250. You've got to give me a great big kiss.
Oh, you two.
Do you love me?
You bet I do.
Where are we gonna go for dinner?
I could go for a good steak myself.
How about the Park Casino?
Oh, fine. I haven't been there. I hear it's marvelous.
Gotta stop with somewhere and get a bottle of gin
Oh,
first.
they have a wonderful band. You'll love it, Freddie.
I will if you're
Oh,
along.
I'm gonna be. Don't you worry about that.
Do you know if they heard Mr. Stevens' song yet? I mean, June Moon.
Yeah, they did.
Was it all right? Did they like it?
They took it.
Really? Where are they? Are they still in there?
Not anymore. They've all gone.
What?
They just went out. Mr. Stevens, too? Yeah. With Mr. Sears and the two girls.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Shining above, will my true love come soon? Do, 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 do.
Oh, where's Hart?
He's out somewhere.
Well, did you tell him I wanted to see him?
Yes, but he was on his way out.
Well, what did he say?
Nothing. He just hurried.
Look, I gotta see him. I got a number that'll knock his eye out.
Like Tokyo?
Don't kid me about Tokyo. Oh, if ever a man got a crooked deal. Just listen.
I've heard it.
You ain't heard it yet, because I didn't know it myself until yesterday. It seems that night I played it at the Friars, there was a fella hanging around.
Really?
Yeah. So he hears my number, and he turns out a number called Hello Shanghai. It's incredible, but that's what happened. And to top it off, Maxie says that his number is better than mine because Shanghai is further away than Tokyo. He stole my song, and I'm going to sue him for perjury.
I think you'll get it.
And it wasn't only a song he stole, it could have been a musical comedy. See, that's where the big money is, and that's what I'm getting into. I'll tell you something. I'm not going to be with Goebbels much longer.
I heard that.
Who from?
Mr. Goebel.
You couldn't have. He doesn't know it yet.
Oh. Oh.
See, I'm quitting, and they can see how they like that. They can get along with this kid and his brilliant ideas. June Moon. That lucky saphead.
It was on at 5 different stations last night.
It's the oldest idea in the world.
Goldie,
Yeah?
have you seen Stevens?
No.
Paul, do you want to hear a great song?
You sure?
He hasn't come in.
Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. Now listen to this and tell me if you don't think this will slaughter them. Hello, boss. You're just in time.
Where's Stevens? Has he come in yet?
No, Mr. Hart. I'm waiting for him myself.
Oh. How are you coming with the new numbers?
Well, pretty good. It's just that Fred doesn't seem to want to work too much lately.
Oh, he ought to be getting busy. He's not going to get any work done on his honeymoon. When he comes in, tell him I want to see him.
Yes, I will.
Hey, Mr. Hart. Mr. Hart, it won't take me 2 minutes to play you this number, and it's sure to hit you.
Anything like Tokyo?
See, now, I had a tough break on that number, Mr. Hart. I mean, with Hello, Shanghai. And do you know what? There ain't even a telephone between New York and Shanghai.
Well, we'll have one put in. Oh, Maxie, I was just going to send for you. There's a young fellow outside with a song. Someone my sister-in-law sent, so do whatever you can for him. He's only 16 years old.
And still grinding them out.
It's probably one of those things, but you know, you never can tell. Anything can happen after June Moon.
As long as you brought that up, would you mind answering me a riddle?
What's that, Maxie?
Did you have any idea that song was going to be a hit? Honestly now.
Well, I'll tell you, Maxie.
That's all I wanted to know.
Do whatever you can for the lad. He came in all the way from East Orange.
He'll get home safe.
Listen, Mr. Hart, won't you hear this?
Hear what?
This number, it's called Give Our Child a Name. It'll make June Moon sound like a dirge. It's about a couple who give birth to a little one in 2/4 tempo.
It won't do you any good knocking June Moon.
I ain't knocking that lousy number, Mr. Hart, but get this. Should a father's carnal sins blight the life of babykins, all I ask is give our child a name.
Ah! Well, here is the groom at last. You two are certainly to be congratulated.
Thank you.
Much obliged.
But don't forget the work. And when does your boat sail?
Saturday.
We sail Saturday.
Saturday. Well, how I envy you. I wish I could go along.
Oh, there's no chance, I suppose.
Well, not at this time of the year. If you could postpone it a month.
Well, yeah, that might be a
Don't
good...
be silly, dear.
Oh, I forgot. Eileen wants to be on the Riviera in the season.
I see. Well, I hope they don't take you at Monte Carlo.
Well, if they don't take us there, we can go somewhere else.
Anyhow, get the work done before you leave.
Oh, Mr. Hart,
Yes?
Fred would like to speak to you about something else.
No, I don't.
But you do, dear.
I'll ask you later.
Is there anything the matter?
Oh, no.
Well, I'll be in my office if you want me.
Why didn't you ask him why you had the chance?
Well, they've advanced me so much already.
But, sweetheart, you promised me. You said that you would ask him today.
I will after a while. I gotta go find Paul now. I gotta do some work.
Just think, only 3 more days. Isn't it marvelous?
It's 4, ain't it?
Oh, 4 till we sail, only 3 till we get married.
I wished it wasn't quite so soon.
What?
Well, I mean on account of those 2 numbers.
Oh, now don't forget you're to ask him for $1,000 advance on each of them.
But that's too much. I've borrowed $3,500 off them already on June Moon. Maybe more than my royalties will amount to altogether.
Don't be ridiculous. Well, that number will still be selling when you're dead.
Well, I won't care so much then.
Ah, but your children will. Oh, just think of you and me all alone on that great big boat.
Oh, we won't be alone. The fella said it'd be pretty near full.
Hello there. All ready for the big trip?
Pretty near.
Now, Fred, you are going to talk to Mr. Hart.
Yes, ma'am.
We sail Saturday.
Europe. I hear it's quite a spot.
Yeah, I guess so. I was kind of excited about it at first, but now, I don't know. The way we've been going it lately, I'm kind of behind on my sleep. If I don't get some rest soon, I'm gonna have a nervous breakup. And everything costs so much. Eileen needs a taxi if she's only going in the other room.
This trip's gonna be kind of expensive too, ain't it?
Yes. I always thought I'd save my money if I ever got any.
You picked a thrifty girl.
Sometimes I get to thinking maybe a fella like I that's just breaking in, maybe he shouldn't get married so soon. Especially a girl that's got to have so many clothes. Sometimes I think it'd be better if I hadn't got engaged.
You know, I read a case once up in Michigan. A fella got engaged to a girl and didn't marry her.
I didn't read that. Have you got the clippings?
No, but my memory's pretty good. I remember a nice little girl came in to see you once. I even remember her name. Miss Baker.
Maxie, you haven't seen her or anything, have you?
Me? No. Why?
I guess I shouldn't be thinking of her at a time like this.
Are you?
I don't know. Sometimes I...
Has Eileen been here?
She's around.
Thanks.
I gotta go find Paul. I gotta do some work.
All dressed up today.
Not especially.
You look like a bride yourself.
Oh, say, that is a peach.
You like it?
You bet. Oh, have you got a date?
I think so. I have to call him later on.
What's the matter?
I just want to get out of here. I don't want to run into Paul.
Oh, what's there to be afraid of?
I don't know, but I'm nervous.
You'll never guess anything. He's blind, and he always has been.
Thanks.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
What's that, a new dress?
What, this?
I'll wait for you outside, Lucille.
Oh, I'll go with you.
I want
mean-
to talk to you.
What?
I'm just staying here a minute.
Oh, I really gotta go. I want to see Fred.
What's the matter?
That is new, isn't it?
Don't you think it's about time?
How much did it cost?
Oh, it won't come due for a while. I may take care of it myself.
Oh, I can take care of it all right if it ain't too soon.
I gotta go. Eileen's waiting for me.
Hold it. That's what I want to talk to you about.
What?
Her and Fred.
Oh.
Well, she's got him so he can't hardly work at all anymore. I don't even know if we'll be able to finish the new numbers.
Of course you can finish him.
What, with her taking him on a trip? Just want to begin to work good together. You think they ought to do it?
Do what?
You think they ought to go ahead and get married? He's a hell of a nice kid. I kind of got to like him.
Well, Eileen's a nice girl.
Yeah. Oh, come on, you know what I mean. Don't you think it's a dirty trick with heart and everything?
You ought to have more sense.
Well, all the same, I don't feel right about it. And what about the way she's throwing his money around? You know how much he spent yesterday afternoon? Nearly $400. That kid damn nearly cried when he told me, and I don't blame him.
She doesn't spend that every day.
Well, she shouldn't have spent it all, and you should have had more sense in the letter.
What could I do? I wasn't there.
Yes, you were. You were with her all afternoon.
Oh, yes. I thought you meant the day before.
It was Sunday, the day before.
Yeah. I'm mixed up, that's all. I'll talk to her. Oh, don't you say anything about I mean what she spent yesterday. I'll talk to her.
Can you hear that number now?
Huh?
Can you listen to that number?
Oh, no. I've got to go to work, Penny.
Where's Hart?
Can't you think up a new question?
Where is he?
He's out getting a permanent.
Oh, say, do you want to hear a new song?
Sure.
What?
I said sure.
Should a father's carnal Should a father's carnal sins blight the life of baby Kent? All I ask is give our child a name. I mean a last name. Hello, kid!
Hello.
You want to see somebody?
I'll be going.
Wait, do you want to hear a great song? You know who I am, don't you? I am Benny Fox, the hit writer. I write words and music. I'm like Berlin, only more pathetic. And right now I've got a new one. It's about a couple who have a baby without benefit to a clergyman, and And you can dance to it. Should a father's carnal sins blight the life of babykins, all I ask is give our child a name. I mean a last name. I don't ask to share your life, live with you as man and wife. All I ask is give our child a name, not just a first name. Hey, Maxie, come on, I'll start over again so that you can get this.
Wait a minute. Isn't this Miss Baker?
And you're Mr. Schwartz.
Correct.
Come on, Maxie, get a load of this.
I'm sorry, Benny, we gotta talk.
But she wants to hear the number.
Listen, you don't know who she is.
No.
Remember what happened to Tokyo? I'm glad to see you.
It's nice of you to say so anyway.
It was pretty nervy of me, I guess, calling you up that way. I hope you didn't mind.
No, I thought it was very friendly.
Let me ask you a question. I think I know the answer.
What?
You're in love with him, aren't you? I'm for you. I want to help. Only you do love him. Enough to keep him from ruining himself?
How do you mean?
He's engaged to be married. You know that?
I suppose that was it.
Well, he's not happy. He's not in love with her.
Well, I can't do anything. He doesn't love me. He never did.
Somebody's got to do something. He's not a fellow who can think for himself. They left that out.
Why did you make me come here? I never should have done it. I don't know why I did.
Wait. Let me bring him in here.
No, I mustn't. I don't want to talk
He's
to
in
him.
trouble, and you're the only one that can help.
He don't want to see me.
Let me at least tell him you're here. You can't do any harm. Only promise me one thing.
What?
No matter what happens, come and see me afterwards, okay? Second door on the left, down the hall.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello.
I'm awful glad to see you, Eddie. Gee, but I'm glad to see you.
I didn't really, it was Mr.
My,
Schwartz.
but it's great to see you again. I didn't know how great it'd be.
I'm glad to see you too, Fred.
I've been thinking about you, Eddie. An awful lot lately. I've been waking up in the morning thinking about you.
Well, are you waking up in the morning again, Fred?
Did Maxie say anything to you, Eddie, about me?
He said you were going to be married, Fred. I should have congratulated you.
I don't want to anymore, Eddie. I know it now. I don't want to.
Don't say that, Fred. Don't. Don't say it unless you mean it.
But I do mean it, Eddie. I mean it more than anything in the whole...
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, look, please don't go. This is Miss Fletcher.
Hello.
And this is Miss Baker. She's the little girl I mean, I used to know her.
I'll be going if you don't mind. Goodbye, Fred.
Oh, no, look, please don't
No,
go.
I must. I have to see Mr. Schwartz. Goodbye, Miss Fletcher.
Fred.
Huh?
Whatever's the matter with you?
I gotta tell you something.
What is it, dear?
I don't want to get married. I mean, you and I.
Do you know what you're saying?
I can't help it. I never should have done it. I didn't realize.
This is a fine time to tell me. Why didn't you just wait until Friday?
I didn't realize it till now. And if I waited until
I
Friday...
think all you have to do is just tell me, and that settles it. Well, it doesn't work quite that way.
What?
Well, you think I'm just going to stand still and let you throw me over for that little snip?
She is not.
I'll sue her for alienation, that's what I'll do.
You can't. She was born right here in New York State.
You seem to have forgotten something. Did you beg me to marry you, or didn't you?
But I didn't know then.
You seem to have forgotten I was engaged to another man, and you took me away from him. Now, what about that?
Well, I can't help it.
But that's not the main thing. Oh, I love you, Freddie. You made me love you. I didn't at first, but you made me, and now you just want to leave me?
But you wouldn't want me to marry you if I feel this way?
What would you think of a man that made a girl love him when she was already engaged, and then he just threw her over? Do you think that would be quite, honorable?
Honorable? That's just what I gotta be. That's why I can't marry you.
What do you mean?
I mean, I gotta marry another girl to save her from worse than death.
You mean that little kid and you?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't believe it. I'm gonna ask.
Oh, no, you mustn't.
Why not?
I want to surprise her.
Did you think that I would fall for a story like that? Now, I am the one that you are engaged to, and I am the one you are going to marry.
Not interrupting, am I?
Oh, no, not at all. We do understand each other, don't we?
What's the matter, Fred?
Huh?
What happened? Would you have a fight?
Oh, there ain't anything the matter.
Thought maybe we'd get to work on one of the numbers, huh?
I don't feel much like working right now.
I'm genuinely sorry if anything happened.
It ain't nothing. I'll be all right soon.
Good. It's just that there's not much time left for us to finish up before you go. I mean, here it is already Tuesday.
Well, yesterday I had to go shopping. I told you.
Oh, yeah. You must have had a swell time running around all afternoon shopping with two women.
What two women?
Her and Lucille.
Well, Lucille wasn't along. Just I and Eileen.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Didn't Lucille ever meet you at all yesterday afternoon?
No. Why?
We're going out to lunch. You want to come along?
I want to talk to you.
What?
I said I want to talk to you.
What about?
Where were you yesterday afternoon?
I was out.
I said, where were you?
Do I have to report all my movements?
To me, yeah. Where were you?
I had an engagement. It was with an old friend. I thought you might not want me to do it, so I said I was with Eileen. I know it was foolish of me. I was going to tell you later
She was
on.
gonna tell you tonight. She told me so.
Yeah.
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 Where'd you get the dress?
What? I bought it.
I treated her to it, if you have to know.
Is that so? Isn't that funny? That's not what you told me.
I thought you might not want me to take it.
So where were you yesterday afternoon? With this fella?
We went to a matinee.
On a Monday?
It was at the Palace. We went to the Palace.
Who was that?
What?
On the bill. Who were the headliners?
I don't see what difference that makes.
Oh, you rotten lion.
That's not true.
Keep still. I'm sick of this whole thing. Did you think I was going to wait around forever for you to give me the things I wanted? God knows I waited long enough, and then I just didn't wait any longer, that's all. What do you know about that, huh? Well, what do you know about that?
But you mean that when you were married to him, you... Well, you must have known she was doing it.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Well, yes, you said you bought her the dress.
Well,
No, she was doing it. I bet you she's the one who put her up to it.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, no? Well, suppose I tell him something that is true.
Don't you listen to him, Fred. He is a liar.
What is it?
I tell you, he's a liar, and he's just trying to separate us.
Am I?
You're making it up.
She told you she was engaged to be married, didn't she? Well, she wasn't. He was her lover. And he kicked her out, and that's why she took up with you.
Is he telling the truth?
Of course he's your little fool.
Gosh.
Oh, that's probably a big shock to those fine upstate morals of yours.
Then you mean I've been going around all this time with a bad woman?
Oh, my God.
Now, have we both got permission to go? Or would someone else like to say something? Oh, maybe your little girlfriend would like to say a few words.
If she does, she'll say them to me.
Come on, Lucille.
Eddie, Eddie, I don't have to marry her.
Oh, I'm so happy, Fred.
I'm sorry, Paul, about everything.
Thanks, kid. I should have said something a long time ago. Wonder where I can pick up a bottle of gin.
Hey, I still got 2 tickets for the boat, and it says Frederick M. Stevens and wife. I wonder if the steamship people will allow you to change your wife.
Not in midstream.
Oh, your wife won't let you take her on an expensive trip. She'll make you put everything into a home. Oh, I don't mean a big home. Just a little bungalow would do.
Bungalow? A bungalow for 2? That'd be a great title.
And I got a great tune. In a bungalow for 2.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I thought you'd like it.
Bo Goldman, Birchev Love, Kirk Browning, Lindsay Law, Jack Cassidy, Beatrice Colin, Barbara Dana, Marshall Efron, Tom Fitzsimmons, Kevin McCarthy, Lee Meredith, Estelle Parsons, Austin Pendleton, Susan Sarandon, Stephen Sondheim, Jay Wolf, Butch Everlove, Tom H. John, Patricia Ziprot, and Danny Franks. Buster Davis, Robert Hankel, Phyllis Geller, Bill Mandel, and Joe Canzano, Robert Grimaldi, Yvonne David, Leonard Chumley, Michael Shoskus, Terry Benson, Henry Denziger, Girish Bergava, Roy D'Annunzio, Dixon Gross, Jack Venza, Jack Venza.